Welcome to the Aceites de ACOR factory. I'd now like to tell you about what we do in this oil and oilseed processing plant and how we extract vegetable oils and flours from two seeds. In our case, the sunflower seed and tiny rapeseed grains. A plant belonging to the oleaginous family means that its seeds or fruit can be used to produce oil or oleo for either human consumption or industrial use. As you probably know, there are other seeds that are also used to produce oil. For example, soybeans or tree fruits such as palm berries, olives or almonds. I'm going to explain how we do this in our factory. We must remember that some manufacturing processes are similar, while others are completely different, depending on the type of seed we are treating. Okay, let's begin. The raw materials arrive at the factory. First of all, they are weighed and 3 samples are taken. A first analysis is carried out to determine the percentage of moisture and impurities. Next, a further analysis tells us the amount of fat contained in the product. These 3 parameters will determine the price to be paid to our members for their harvest. After unloading, the grain is taken to the cleaning tower. Here, plant debris, other seeds, soil, and sometimes a few small stones are removed. It first passes through a rotary pre-cleaning process to remove coarse impurities, followed by vibratory cleaning to remove fine impurities. The cleaner uses 8 sieves placed at 4 different heights to optimize the process. The product is then reweighed and stored in silos. Important: seed humidity must be below 8% for storage purposes, otherwise the seeds could spoil in the silos. The factory has 16 silos that can hold up to 10,000 tons of rapeseed grain or 7,000 tons of sunflower seeds each. The seeds don't require storage for a specific period of time. However, the more settled the seed is, the better it is for working with later. The daily silo is the supply source of the factory. Every day, 500 tons of seeds pass through it, from which 220 tons of sunflower oil, or 210 tons in the case of rapeseed oil, will be obtained. The remainder will be turned into flour. Before starting the manufacturing process, the seeds are weighed and cleaned again before finally entering the different machines. The first is the huller, which is only used for sunflower seeds, where cylinders crack them open or peel them. The seeds then enter a horizontal oven, which reaches a temperature of 50 degrees. Next, they pass through the rollers for flattening before entering a vertical 7-tiered oven, which is heated to a temperature of 95 degrees. The next step is the press. It consists of a screw which gradually gets thicker and drains the pressed oil. 70% of the oil is obtained this way. The remaining 30% is found in the solid part, known as the cake, which is a kind of mass formed by pressing the seed shells. Chemical extraction is required to obtain the oil from this mass. The oil from the first press that we have mentioned still contains cake residues that we will separate thanks to a vibrating sieve and a system of horizontal filters that contain meshes. The oil enters from one side and the solids are trapped in the meshes. The oil obtained from this process is called crude oil. In the aforementioned chemical extraction process to obtain the other 30% of oil that will join the pressed oil, hexane, countercurrent washes, concentrates, distillation processes, heating and filtration are used. However, we still need to know what happened to the solid part. Once the cake has been extracted, it is packaged and sent to the flour mill. It goes through a milling and pelletizing process and is then stored at the flour mill before being loaded onto trucks destined for animal feed. This is another example of how circular economy is put into practice at this factory. Let's take a look at the destination of our oils. The crude oil we saw being obtained can now be used in the production of animal feed. However, most of this sunflower oil is refined for human consumption. On the other hand, crude rapeseed oil is used to manufacture biodiesel outside our facilities after a pre-treatment process, but it's also refined in this factory for human consumption. In fact, this type of oil is widely consumed in other European countries, but not in Spain, where there is no demand. How is the oil refined? When the crude oil is for human consumption, it must undergo a complete process where, thanks to this reactor, several centrifuges, different filters, and this deodorization column, phospholipids, waxes, pigments, metals, odors, flavors, and free fatty acids are removed. As you can see, these facilities are unique and strategic to the cultivation of sunflower seeds and rapeseed grains in Castilla y León.